Right.
And
what
they
are
had nothing
they going to
binding
do?
them to the
Right.
earth.
That's why I'm saying I understand the two of them as comrades in grief, almost. I understand the first episode.
They're pulling as much of Jamie out of each
other.
as
Yes,
they
yes,
possibly
exactly.
can.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
I get.
However, if it were me and I were Claire, Jamie would have been the last person in me, not some Lord John.
Very
That's
nice.
true.
Because I think that was
is that what you want to remember?
Memory,
Right.
That.
Yeah, but he's dead at this point. Like,
yeah,
like
but your
what?
last thing would have been him
So
and you.
so
not
she's never
someone
gonna have
else.
sex again.
But by being with John, it was her way of being with Jamie again.
The other thing you have to do is you have to go back and you have to read when Jamie and Claire did it after the abduction. And it's this whole thing about how, Jamie was like ready to be gentle with her and like whatever, but he should have known that Claire was pissed. And that whole coupling was all about her being like angry as hell and
So
like
what does
wanting.
that have to do with
That's
this?
why I'm saying that I think was the same thing with this. What was coming out of her and John together was her being angry. People are like, how it was almost like I don't even see it as sex. Almost I see it as both of them like dealing with the loss of Jamie.
I see it
in this
almost,
physical way.
Right, but I see it almost as a need to be connected to Jamie. And that
Through
fierce
each other.
need
That's
is
how
what
I
the
see it.
intensity
I see.
of the
I mean,
sex
there's a lot of levels, but I see it because even John says like I wasn't really a gentleman, the next day, and she was like, well, I wasn't like either, and I think that's where a lot of it was coming from was that she is pissed.
There's
and
stuff I want to say.
But the second time, I think
The
was
second
pure
time.
lust. What do you
The
think?
second time, I don't.
The
I don't
second
get.
time, no. I think he wanted to get off. It was gross. Like
He was horny.
he was, yeah, and
Why
Tracey
did
and
he
I.
have to go to Claire? He could have gone to a guy or
See, I agree. I agree.
True. Good,
I
good
think
point.
I
thought
okay.
it was cooked
Okay.
in Virginia.
I thought he truly wanted to comfort Claire. I really do. At that point, I
Is he
think.
that stupid?
But
that
that's
he's
stupid. I didn't
comforting
like, a lot of
and
people are
shoving
like-
your hand down.
Well, see,
someone's
that's the
throat?
thing. A lot of people were like, how could Claire like give him the hand job or whatever? To me, the how could was John initiating what he did. I mean, I see him coming in and see him like, let me hold you, Claire, can I help you feel better? But then he's like,
He touched her down there.
yeah. I don't think the Lord John we know would, even with Claire at that point, and again, remember, we're like only talking like less than a month. I don't think he would be that forward with Claire to be like, are you sure you don't want me to like do anything else?
So what do you say?
Who would go straight for the hoo-ha anyway? I mean, wouldn't you hug and
And he's getting
Which he
his
was
show
doing
better.
already. Which he was doing already.
think
I didn't buy his actions.
But
Not
I think
even
the
by.
point was
I mean,
that
I almost
he
buy
doesn't know any
hers.
better. Like that he doesn't know what to do, so he just panicked and did that.
You
think
mean what to
that's
do
it.
with a woman?
Yeah.
No, what to do to comfort a woman. And I think they have this whole marriage over their head and feeling like, God, should we be doing this? Or she's feeling like, should I be? You know what I mean? But I think he just went for it because he was in a complete panic. Like, I don't know what to do to comfort this woman right now. And it was stupid, though. My point, I think that's what happened, but I also feel like I don't get why it happened because I think Lord John was a little bit more bright than that. Go.
I think he was genuinely attracted to her after the first incident.
I do
No,
too.
I do too.
I do too.
Like,
Good point.
whoa. Like,
I
I
do
kinda
too.
like
You're
that.
right. You're right. You're right.
Let me
agree.
And he's
pursue
very
it.
attracted to her mind too.
I think he
agree.
was. I think he was attracted to what she represents. I don't think. I don't buy that all of a sudden he. Well,
I'm gonna interrupt you, Claire. I'm sorry, Tracey.
you can call me Claire.
Curly wig.
Let's pretend Jamie doesn't come back. What would have happened with Claire and John?
I think they would have stayed married, and I think they almost would have been happy because I swear
You know what
to
I mean?
God, they have a connection. They're a lot alike.
He said he was going to be like that deer that comes and goes in his yard in Virginia.
Right. Nice point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know because it really did seem like she was planning to go back to the Stones.
I think she
I
would
think she
have.
was killing herself.
she was.
Well, at first she was, and then
I
she
would
decided,
say-
no, I'm not going to do that. But
She would have gone
she
back.
was
There was nothing
she
holding
was
her
waiting till the time. I mean, she couldn't really do it at that point because of the war. It was
Right.
like just too crazy.
Right.
But yeah, I think that she was.
She would have gone
I mean,
back
of
to her
course she would have
family.
gone back to Bree and Roger. But I'm sort of
Okay,
getting ahead of
Maybe
myself.
she
in
would have
terms of-
passed Roger in the Stones.
Do you guys think what Roger went through? I don't think he did.
I think
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
I think
But we'll get to predictions. But wait, I still want to say, I still haven't said yet, like, my overall thing of the 50 pages, which I I can't look at Diane looking at me when I say this because I feel guilty.
Diane.
Okay, there were two things. I wanted to feel the loss of Jamie more, and I know that, like Diana has said on CompuServe, that she chose to have the reader know that Jamie was still alive because she didn't want to play that card again. Like she didn't want to pull that like you the reader thinking Jamie was
you're all
dead again because it would be contrived.
Yeah.
For me personally, I see where I see what she means. I don't know if I would have felt that way or not. The other thing I need to say, because it's the one thing that makes me different from you guys, is I knew that it was going to happen because I found a spoiler like in the middle of reading Fiery Cross that was basically like Claire thinks Jamie is dead and sleeps with John. So that could be totally clouding the fact that I knew it was coming could be totally clouding my viewpoint in terms of even if the reader thought Jamie was dead, I would know probably that he wasn't because of this spoiler. But I felt like the death of Jamie Fraser, said all in capital letters because that's as it should be, was almost like when you see a cartoon or a TV show or something where like there's like a bunch of houses and the sun is over all the houses except there's like one house that's like total storm cloud rain. I felt like I never saw it, but like if that's what they do, whatever. I felt like that's what it was like. It was like the death of Jamie was like this cloud over Lord John's house that wasn't anywhere else. And maybe seeing other reactions to it would have helped me in terms of believing that Claire and like I felt like Claire and Lord John didn't really buy it. Like they knew he was coming back. I don't.
Then they had to. They slept together. That's my point.
I think
Claire
they were
slept with someone
devastated.
else.
I know. But what about other people? What about Fergus?
And
what about Marcelly?
Ian.
What about
Ian?
No, let's go there. Let's go there. That's my other thing. That's like the time, and I know the time thing is not supposed to be like, people are like, this shouldn't be a big deal. But it kind of was to me. Like it was just so like, it was like a dream. It was like reading this stuff through a dream or through like one of those fuzzy lenses that they use like to like make, old ladies look better on film. Like they should be using for me.
I know, right?
Or like, through the eyes of David Lynch or something. It was just not like it was bad, but it was just.
To me, it was rushed. I felt it was rushed.
Oh, that's a point somebody made
Was it Meg's
on the
point?
blog.
We should answer
but Ian is like, Ian is one of those things.
Ian,
we have time. Ian is one of those things where, okay, Ian was gone before Claire even got the letters from Jamie saying, which was like dated April 1st. It was like mid-April, whatever, looking for a Rachel. Now, I don't know at what point he got to Valley Forge, but you and I know it would take him maybe 2 days to walk from Philadelphia to Valley Forge.
We know.
Okay.
I've asked myself this question many, many times, especially when you sat in traffic on the Schuylkill Expressway.
Right.
From
Could I walk there faster? Okay. But the fact is, like, wouldn't word of the death of Jamie, because Jamie was like sort of a celebrity, for lack of a better word.
Tracy, we discussed this though.
But not to these guys.
Okay, we're now discussing this. Ian was skulking around. He wasn't like, "Hi, here I am."
But wait. But wouldn't he have heard that Jamie was dead?
How?
This is what I'm saying. Wouldn't word get out if Jamie Fraser is dead?
Ian was hanging out with deer and mice, not people.
Okay, so how did he find out if he's not hanging out with people? How did he find out that Rachel was not at Valley Forge, but in fact was in Philadelphia?
Because he had some guy. It said it.
I thought he asked a deer or a mouse.
He had one person who was inside. Who? Am I right here? Do you remember who it was?
No.
There was some young boy or something.
Some guy. He had one contact. Some young boy is probably not going to know Jamie Fraser. I mean.
But Claire, finding the news, if I were Claire, that's the first person I'd go looking for.
Is Ian.
Claire probably.
I think Claire was out of her mind and just in that house like.